Hello, good morning and welcome to News Desk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. Coming up, Parliament to consider a report asking the House to amend the Constitution for the holding of elections in November. We'll be live in Parliament today and bring you more on today's session. Government refunds in full 3.6 million cedis used for controversial rebranding of Metro Mass transit buses in the country. We'll hear from the Public Interest and Accountability Committee. I will take you to Dodoma, a small town in the Wild West district of the Upper West region, where the lack of a road network is leading to deaths. Details of these stories and a lot more, including updates in the world of business and sports, coming up in the next hour here on News Desk. Stay with us. My name is Kwabena Chenche Hinebwati. Many thanks for joining us here on News Desk. So, very first story, and the Public Interest and Accountability Committee has confirmed that government has refunded in full the amounts used for the controversial rebranding of the Metro Mass transit buses. Government withdrew 3.6 million cedis from the Petroleum Fund to finance the rebranding of the buses. And it was later uncovered that the cost of the rebranding had been inflated by the contractor. The Transport Minister, who awarded the contract, resigned over the scandal. Speaking to Joy News, the chairman of PIAC, Professor Paul Kinsley-Bois Baswa, says the amount has been returned into the Petroleum Fund. Now, he says the committee will capture the refund in its next semi-annual report. Away from that, let's talk about education. And a ceremony to pass out the first batch of graduating students of the University of Health and Allied Sciences appears to be in limbo following discrepancies with the grades of several of the students. The students allege a host of challenges, including issues with the graduating list, which they claim failed to capture the names of several of their colleagues. I'm speaking of the students who had successfully gone through the program. Now, the students also allege that majority of them do not have access to their grades, hence are unable to even know the classes they are graduating with. And they have a petition, but turns out quite a number of other challenges they are facing with this very system. But let's try and put the issues into proper context here. And in the studio with me this morning to help us with that is Mark Hammond. He's spokesperson of the graduating students for the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Mr. Hammond, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
So first and foremost, maybe you could articulate once more what really your concerns are as far as this list is concerned.
Okay. First of all, before I go and talk about any issue, I'd like to first say that we would want the public to know that this isn't a political issue. We realized that some circulars were going around yesterday giving a political twist to this very issue. The original statement we issued out has no political connotation, and we wish the public to desist from talking about it in a political manner. Now, first of all, we have issues with our results and grades. Since 2012, when we entered the institution, we started with a population of about 153. Almost every semester there may be one or two discrepancies with the result of some students, and the authorities operated an open door system where you could easily petition them in case you have any issues, and those issues were resolved. Unfortunately, some of these discrepancies have lingered on to this very time. About 3 weeks ago, we were presented with some results which was supposed to be for the graduating class. We realized that the result was full of mistakes, and so we petitioned the authorities to get those issues resolved. As we speak now, we have just about 3 days to the graduation, and those results have not been made available to students. So as it stands now, we do not know whether those results The anomalies with them have been rectified. We don't know the classes we are graduating with, and that is rather unfortunate. Okay. I don't know if you would want me to talk about the other issues.
Exactly, we'll talk about them, but I just first and foremost want to find out whether or not you've drawn the attention of management to this very issue you speak of, the issue of you not being able to get your right grades and all.
Sure, we have done that.
And what has been the response?
Nothing has been told to us so far. We only hear it has been worked upon. But then we just have 3 days to the graduation, and we don't think we can graduate when we have not seen our results. It doesn't happen anywhere for that matter.
Okay, so that's one point. And I see 2 other concerns you raise in this petition of yours. Sure. Maybe you could throw more light on them as well.
Okay. The graduating list was released. We realized that some students were not captured in this graduating list, so we probed further to find out why. For some students who have not been included, they were told that there were a few issues with accreditation with respect to the course that they were pursuing. For that reason, they cannot go ahead with the graduation because the university cannot issue them with a certificate when the university has not been given a full accreditation. We know those people already had provisional accreditation. We were expecting that those things would have been rectified before they completed, but unfortunately that isn't the case.
So does that mean for those particular people it has to do with the courses they are pursuing at the university?
Sure.
So the university is not accredited to pursue or to roll out those programs?
Those particular
programs. Yet people have been there for the past 4 years pursuing these programs.
Let me clarify this. All the schools, we have about 5 schools, but basically 4 of them are the ones which take serious interest in our training. We have the School of Medicine, which run programs, MB, CHB, that's medicine itself. We have physician assistantship also under School of Medicine. We have School of Public Health that runs a lot of programs, nutrition and all that. We have School of Nursing and Midwifery, which ranks courses under nursing and midwifery. And we also have a School of Allied Health Sciences that run other programs, dietetics and all that. Some of the programs have accreditation. It is even displayed on the website of the National Accreditation.
So some do have accreditation.
Some have.
Others don't.
For instance, physician assistantship had accreditation. They are now undergoing a re-accreditation. But then there are other programs, courses, specific courses, which we are being told are the final stages of accreditation, for which reason results, certificates cannot be issued out to such students affected.
So what does this mean? Per the explanation given by management, what does this mean? Does this mean these people would have to hold on until the accreditation is given before they can graduate?
Sure, that's exactly what it means. That means that they won't be able to join the graduating list this year, and possibly they may be able to join the graduating list next year. But as concerned students, we are not sure whether even by next year these issues will be resolved. Those students are traumatized. Their parents have been calling, asking what the issues are, and we feel it is best that we get those issues addressed. That is the reason why we made.
So that has to do with the second point. I don't need to let you know that we'll be speaking to authorities of the school also in a bit to get some answers as far as this issue is concerned. But there's a third point they raise here. It has to do with the licensing of some of your colleagues. What specifically do you have wrong with that very issue?
Our courses are health programs, and as it stands, after completing your degree, the university issues out a certificate to you. After that, you are supposed to write a licensing exams, which is going to give you the license to practice. So there are regulatory bodies that we are under. For instance, the School of Nursing and Midwifery are under the Nurses and Midwives Council, which is the regulatory body. Physician assistantship is under Medical and Dental Council. As it stands now, for the physician assistantship, we petitioned the authorities. We made them aware that the exams is in September, registration will be starting, and as I speak now, the registration has started. Registration ends just the ending of this month, and we want to know our stance. What is happening? No one gave us any response. So some of the students themselves volunteered, went to Medical and Dental Council to find out, and they said they do not have the total complement of I don't know how to put it. They do not recognize us, and that was really worrying, because what the person from the Medical and Dental Council told our reps who went there was that once we have not been recognized, it means that we cannot register and write these license exams. And once you can't write, that means you can't practice, because you can't practice without the license. And the authorities have been silent about this. They've told us nothing about it.
So as things stand now, you do not know your fates.
We do not know. With respect to the licensing exams, we do not know.
And there has been no word from management as to what really is being done about the situation.
No. Nothing has been told to the students.
So what are you doing? You're just hoping something happens somewhere?
No. As it stands now, we instructed our lawyers to go ahead with an injunction on the graduation, which is supposed to take place on the 23rd, this Saturday.
Okay.
Till all issues are resolved, because we believe that if you are to go ahead with this graduation, we are no more students in the university. The university may decide to turn a deaf ear to our plea, and for that matter, it is best that we wait for all these issues to be resolved before we can properly present ourselves for.
But what if it takes quite a while for all these issues you raised to be resolved? For instance, if it needs to take a year or two, what does that mean? You're still going to stay in school and pay more fees?
No, we are out of school as it stands now. We've completed everything, so I think we should wait. The group is willing to wait till all issues are resolved, because if I may use this example, if your child is sick and it is your child's birthday, you realize that the health of your child is more important than the birthday, so you can possibly postpone the birthday, get the child healthy, and then you can have the birthday. So if it is graduation with all the pomp and pageantry, we can actually wait, get all these issues resolved before we can go ahead with the graduation.
So that's the thing. You want to wait and ensure that everything is put in order before you go ahead with your graduation.
Sure.
And then you can. So as things stand now, has the injunction already been placed?
We started a process, but then the Vice Chancellor called for a meeting, which is taking place right now.
Okay.
So we are hoping to hear something concrete from the Vice Chancellor and faculty.
Okay.
If the issues are addressed and we believe and everything is resolved, then we can cancel the injunction. But then if nothing is done about it, we just go ahead with the injunction, and we entreat the authorities not to hasten to graduate the students when they know very well that there are issues pending.
Okay, right. Mark Hammond, many thanks for that update. And that was that was Mark Hammond. He is a spokesperson for some students who are supposed to graduate from the University of Health and Allied Sciences, but they say they cannot go on with the process because of some challenges with the graduating list, and he's also been enumerating quite a number of other challenges they are facing. In a bit, we'll have to take you to Parliament to bring you some more on reports of the Legal and Constitutional Committee to amend the country's constitution, and we are told that that very discussion is supposed to be held today. Let's take you live now to Parliament, and I'll bring you more on what is happening there as we speak. Also, news desk here on the Join News channel on Multi TV. Like I said, we'll be going back to Parliament in a bit, and I bring you the very latest as far as today's session is concerned. It has to do with the House considering that recommendation by the Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee of Parliament, suggesting that we should go ahead and have our elections, amend the constitution so that we can have our elections in November rather than December. We'll be taking you there for a bit of that very debate. But before that, members of the Youth League of the Convention People's Party are today expected to furnish the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice with further details and evidence on a possible case of conflict of interest amounting from the President's decision to receive a Ford car gift from a Burkinabe contractor. Now, the Commission's demand came after the Youth League petitioned the anti-graft body to investigate the President over the issue. President Mahama has publicly confirmed receipt of the vehicle, but rejected accusations it was a bribe. But let's find out from the CPP's youth wing to ascertain whether they indeed have managed to gather some more information, particularly evidence on this very issue. Joining me now on phone is Secretary of the CPP's Youth League, Hadi Yakubu. Mr. Yakubu, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on your news desk. First thing is to find out whether or not you are even going to meet with Shraj today, as earlier indicated.
Hello.
Hadi, I'm asking whether you will still be meeting with the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice today.
Yes, we will be filing our response to the demands made on us by Shraj this morning.
Okay.
As I speak, yes, fighters are at Shraj to file the response.
So that is to suggest that you have further and better particulars, if I should put it that way. You have more information to back this petition of yours.
I can hardly hear you, but if I got a bit of what you asked, yes, mainly Church asked two things of us. They asked us to clarify the capacity in which we petitioned them. We have done that in our response. We have clarified. We have given them some also more information regarding this particular matter. So as far as we are concerned, we have adequately furnished Shraj with the information they were seeking from us.
So no, that's one part of the issue. The second part is the fact that you have to furnish them with more information, particularly evidence to back your claim that well, this might be an issue of a possible case of conflict of interest. Do you have enough to suggest that, well, that very decision by the President to accept that gift puts him in a conflict of interest situation? I mean, obviously, apart from the report we did here at Joy FM.
Hello there. I can hardly hear you.
Okay. Hadi, I am asking whether you have the information that suggests in any way that the president's decision to take that very Ford car gift puts him in a conflict of interest situation. Do you have evidence to suggest so, and are you presenting that?
Well, the information we have provided is to further assist Shraj in that. Because if you look at our position, we really, did not make categorical allegations. What we asked Shraj to do was to tell them that, there has been a lot of discussion regarding this matter, and we want you to establish the truth. We want you to investigate and come up with the evidence and the truth regarding it, whether there was conflict of interest. So if you look at the first of our release, we ask that they do an independent investigation into the matter, and secondly, to clarify whether there was a conflict of interest situation in the matter. So the information we have given them, we are very sure will help them in unraveling.
I want to find out what information you are giving them today. What's the new thing they'll be seeing today?
Well, I'm not too sure if I have to tell you all that before they even see it. But what I can tell you is that there is some more information that we are providing, and it is in video form that they can clearly glean a lot of evidence from. And so we hope that will help them in their work to investigate and come up with.
And this video footage you want to send to Shraj is not the very one the entire Ghanaian populace is already aware of, the ones we've already seen on TV. How different is this?
Well, the point is the investigative piece that Manasseh did was the one that put this issue into discussion.
Okay.
And therefore, in order for Shraj to be able to do proper investigation, they need to lay their hands on it.
So beyond that information, you don't have anything more. That's what you're saying.
So what we are saying is, Shraj as an investigative body should be able to go beyond to investigate. That is actually.
I understand that. I am saying you, as a body that petitioned Shraj, you do not have any more information other than what Manasseh did here at
No, we haven't done any investigation,
Okay.
so we don't have any. But we are asking Shraj as an investigative body to do as the honors, as Ghanaians,
Okay.
to go beyond the investigative report and investigate and come up with the truth surrounding the matter.
Okay. Hadi Yakubu, many thanks for your time on News Desk this morning. And Hadi Yakubu is with the CPP Youth League. He is their secretary, and he's saying that the Youth League is today presenting that very evidence, they choose to call it, to the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice. We'll monitor that very development as well and bring you some more subsequently. But away from that now, and how do you survive in a town that is isolated from surrounding communities? Joining Mrs. Justice Beidou has been to Dodoma, a small town in the Wild West district of the Upper West region, where the lack of a road network is causing deaths, and tells us how the villagers are using their own communal spirit to keep the path to their homes usable. Here is his report.
Life in a town that has no road network connecting it to its sister communities. The villagers of Dodoma, a community in the Wild West district of the Upper West region, do this at least once every month. It's their own way of making sure the path to their home village is kept no trouble all year round. The Upper West region, Ghana's poorest, is also home to some of the country's most terrible road network.
In fact, sometimes we feel like we are not part of Ghanaians because we think we have been cut off. Because when you lose a relative, when you lose a relative, which is not supposed to be so, because if we have the good road network, if somebody is experienced at that time, we can call the ambulance to rush fast to send the person to the hospital to save the person's life. But because of the nature of the road, and people have been dying when they are not even supposed to be dying.
Many of the roads in this region are like this one, untarred and run down. And hundreds of thousands of poor people in vulnerable communities like this one are the people who pay the hard price doing for themselves what the government should be doing for its people.
For some people in this town, working on this road brings back memories of pain. Like middle-aged Ya Chiribonte, her 14-year-old daughter was just preparing to write her BEC last year, died because no car could come to Dodoma to convey her to a hospital when she had complained of a headache.
There was no motorbike, and when we called for someone to come and pick the child, they said it was too late for them to come because there's no road. I don't think it was her time to die. I wanted her to go to school to become a nurse or a doctor, but now she's gone.
Like many other parts of Ghana, more than 90% of people in this region farm for survival. And yet, basic problems like a lack of good road network reduces income levels and further perpetuates poverty. Justice Beidou, Joy News, Dodoma.
My name is Kwabna Chenche Hinebot, and you're still watching News Desk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. Time now for a break. When we come back, we'll bring you updates and business and sports. Stay with us.